Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. Great balls of fire shook up the very foundations of this brand last night. It was an absolutely sensational pay-per-view, and we are going to kick off this episode of Raw how we ended Great Balls of Fire with the new World Heavyweight Champion. Roman Reigns is in the building. Last night, in a sensational contest against Hiroshi Tanahashi, Roman Reigns finally achieved his dream, finally achieved his goal, finally toppled the ace and became the new World Heavyweight Champion. It is not something that has been best received by the crowds. A man who certainly has no respect for them, but a man who cares only about the prize that is around his waist. For months on end, he hunted down that gold, and last night he achieved it. Last night, the Roman Empire took charge over the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, the first man in 11 months to defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi, to beat him, and in a sensational main event, took the World Heavyweight title away from him. Finally, Roman Reigns can call himself a world champion. Finally, after so long hunting the gold, he now holds the gold. This is the yard that belongs to the big dog. Roman Reigns is the World Heavyweight Champion, and we all have to get used to that reality. The champ with something to say to get us going on this episode of Raw. And it's little surprise that he's going straight to the trash talking. Reigns shows no respect for Tanahashi. Not now, not ever. Certainly see that the ego within Roman Reigns has grown since last night, but who can blame him in all fairness? And that's not really much of a surprise. Like I said, he did it for him. Not Raw, not for the crowd, for Roman Reigns. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, from the mouth of the champion himself. There is a ruler in town. The Roman Empire rules over Monday Night Raw. It's going to take some getting used to, that one is. But there is the World Heavyweight Champion right in front of us. The Roman Empire kicks off tonight. Soak it in, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you love him or you hate him, you have to understand, he is the World Heavyweight Champion. That is a big way to kick off the evening, but to end the evening, it's just as big. The return of the Undertaker coming up here tonight. Two big names here tonight, and a great main event coming our way. Nice little bit of clarification there from Sting, much needed because, that kind of answers the question. That kind of says why it was a good thing that he said that. But I will say, it's a strong gesture from the former World Heavyweight Champion to say that tonight is not going to be about the stars. Tonight is not going to be about every match contesting a guy like Brock Lesnar, Hiroshi Tanahashi. It's a chance for everyone to shine, and we're seeing that right away because Magnum, Opus are getting the chance to shine. We saw them last night at Great Balls of Fire. After Supremacy had retained their World Tag Team titles, out came the Stagehands to get decimated, and then we saw Gallagher and English were watching on backstage, and they were best impressed by the stagehands. As a matter of fact, they were so unimpressed by it that Jack Gallagher has ordered the stagehands to stay backstage and to not make their way out. I'd like to continue on with one final point before we get on with this evening's action, and that is going back to Great Balls of Fire. An absolutely incredible show. Thank you for everyone. On behalf of the Monday Night Raw Bryan, I have to say thank you to everyone who tuned in, who watched. It was, I have to say, for competition it was without a doubt in my mind the best Raw pay-per-view I've seen in over a year. It was absolutely incredible. There was not one match on that pay-per-view that I thought was skippable, that I thought wasn't, at the very least, it's very good. We had about 3 match of the year contenders on that show. There was so much to talk about at Great Balls of Fire. And I still think that despite everything that took place on that evening, the biggest news comes from what we saw at the end of the show. Even though it's been 24 hours, there's still that reality. There's still that settling into the notion that Hiroshi Tanahashi was beaten for the first time on Monday Night Raw. And the one time he is beaten, that world title is gone. And it now belongs to Roman Reigns. There's no arguing the decision. And there is no point. Roman Reigns, for all of the trash talk, for all of the build-up, for all of his disrespectful ways that he possesses, and don't get me wrong, he certainly possesses a multitude of them, there can be no denying that last night he was the better man. He was the better wrestler. And that is why he is the new World Heavyweight Champion. So much happened last night at Great Balls of Fire. You owe it to yourself to go back and watch that evening if you haven't already. Sensational evening from top to bottom, as they said. And of course the reveal of the new Raw General Manager, Sting, taking the helm. And what was a move, as he said, well received by many. Continue on here though with action this evening. Magnum Opus right now against TM61. English and Sandow. First time we've seen them in tag team action, I think, since the Bash, I believe. Ever since gentleman Jack Gallagher took the helm of Magnum Opus, saved them from their own demise, essentially. Feels as if there's a newfound edge to Magnum Opus. They try to be a little bit more vicious in ring, but there's no shaking off the reality that this is all big, one big pantomime, one big stage performance to these guys. They're still all locked in that mindset. But if it brings them wins, then I suppose you can't argue against it. Look out, Shane Thorne off the top. Beautiful tag team move there from TM61. Hurricanrana into a powerbomb cover made by Nick Miller, but a very early kick out by the former United States champion. It's quite surprising. On the Magnum Opus side of things, how many championships have been held? I mean, you have a United States championship reign from Aiden English and a lawsuit coming his way for taking Seth Rollins' move. I think it's 2 United States title reigns. Oh my God! What a move from Sandow there. Forget the stage performances. Forget the pantomiming. That was vicious from Damien Sandow. Miller coming back with a shot there. Reverse suplex straight to the outside. Devastating. And Miller feeling the effect of it as we return back to the ring here. He can't really put any piece together. Trying to find his way over to Shane Thorne, but that ain't happening. Devastation there from Sandow. English will make the tag in. I said about how they may have found a new piece to them, and they're certainly demonstrating it. No tomfoolery right now. This is all business for Magnum Opus. Michinoku driver from Sandow as well. 2-time United States champion, I believe. Definitely a former Intercontinental champion as well. Sandow has achieved an awful lot within this universe, and he's looking to continue that on right now. Socked in there hard. What is Sandow going to do here? Neck breaker on Miller, who tried once again, as we saw, to get the tag into Thorne. Thorne is so close to getting that tag in, but he's just not close enough. Sandow keeps on. It's like he's aggravating Thorne. He's just 1 inch away from making the tag, but Miller is about to feel the impact of the elbow of disdain. And Magnum Opus will look to finish the deal right now. Sandow will bring him in and line him up for English as they connect with the curtain call. Curtain call for Magnum Opus, cover in the middle of the ring from English on Miller. Thorne can't make the save, and Magnum Opus claim victory on Monday night. Well, from a foiled attempt to jump the tag team champions of Great Balls of Fire to victory, Magnum Opus. Are they finally getting their act together? Are they finally finding their footing around here? Would this be a dangerous time for Magnum Opus? We could be about to find out. It's definitely victory for them on this evening. Well, I'll say one thing right now about Sting, though. He said he was giving people an opportunity. He damn well is. Coming here, we have Lacey Evans, as we see. We haven't seen in a long time, it has to be said. Not since before WrestleMania, maybe? Since we last saw Lacey. And now she's going to be going one-on-one against a woman traded over in between Great Balls of Fire and tonight from SmackDown Live, Ember Moon making her way over to Monday nights. Sting, within 24 hours, making a hell of an impact on this brand already. And I mean, what I have to say for Sting's credit is that in 24 hours, Monday Night Raw has been shaken up in so many ways. There's a new World Heavyweight Champion in town. There's a new General Manager in town, of course. There's new opportunities for all. Sting said it himself, he's not afraid. He's not going to back down from giving people a chance. And I really respect that from Sting. He wants to give people a chance to shine here this evening. He doesn't want to make it all about guys who fought in absolute wars 24 hours ago. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some guys who could benefit. You know, maybe seeing a Shinsuke Nakamura tonight could be something that would probably be beneficial, considering his match with Tyler Breeze last night at Great Balls of Fire. But at the same time, a guy like a Kyle O'Reilly, Andrade Cien Almas, Tanahashi or Reigns, those guys went through wars. Those guys tore each other apart in their matches. I don't think any of them would be in a condition to fight tonight, except for maybe Brock, because he's Brock. But, you know, Kyle O'Reilly as well would be another guy. I gotta say, coming out of Great Balls of Fire, I think outside of Roman Reigns, one of the biggest talking points was Kyle O'Reilly. And I will touch upon that later on in the evening, I think, because right now, I want to see what this is all about between these two women. As I said, an opportunity for both of them. Ember Moon was really denied one on SmackDown. Again, she was caught up in the midst of everything going on with the originals and all that opposed her. Becky Lynch, that is. And now on Monday nights, she's really kind of found herself into that stage, but a little bit worse. But the thing was, of course, with SmackDown Live is you had the Riot Squad also running roughshod. So it was a really tough ceiling to break through. On Monday Night Raw, you do have a lot to contend with as well. You have the likes of Trifecta, with, of course, the Miss Money in the Bank, Tessa Blanchard. You have even Rosemary lying in the weights. You never know what she can come up with, the longest reigning women's champion in this universe's history. And of course, you also have other talents within here as well, such as, there are other talents trying to knock their way into the ceiling along with Ember Moon and Lacey Evans, I imagine. People like Alexa Bliss, Bayley. There is Dakota Kai for another one as well. There is definitely surging women's talent right now, surging women's roster on Monday nights, and I think Sting wants to show right from the get-go that he is focusing on every element of this brand right away. That being said, we do still have a great match, a great main event coming our way between Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan, which is going to be sensational for us, and of course followed up, that'll be by the return of The Undertaker. First time we've seen the dead man since WrestleMania. Look out from behind now. Hurricanrana there by Ember Moon. Nicely transitioned. Covers Lacey here. Has she rolled up the First Lady of Monday Nights? No. Picks her up here. Ember Moon still clubbing away right now. No remorse being shown. She's hungry for a win here on Monday. So too is Lacey. Both these women with a lot to give, and I think that's why you'll see them trying to go the extra mile. They know how important this is. They want to make a strong, lasting impact on the general manager as early as they can. get themselves in the talking points, get themselves in the division, show that they deserve to be standing in the same ring as the likes of Ronda Rousey, Tessa Blanchard, Jordynne Grace. Lacey Evans right now. Oh, nice neck breaker there by Lacey. Into a handstand. Splash there. And oh, kick out of 2. That was a very nice combination of moves there by Lacey, though. She knew what she was doing. She got that one great. Connected with that one absolutely great. Lacey Evans, of course, incredibly athletically talented, former military service to her. So she knows what it's like to be in peak condition. She knows what it's like to be in a problematic situation like this, as well. As Ember Moon's up high, could she go for the Eclipse right now? No, she'll look for a Hurricanrana. Look at the strength of Lacey on her shoulders. Power bomb, stacks her up, looking to put her away. Victory for Lacey Evans. No, early kick out there from Ember Moon, but an incredible counter from Lacey. Corner we go now. Lacey Evans with a big knee in the chest, sorry, the gut. Both these women testing each other incredibly right now. Both women putting it all on the line. Not afraid to, like I said, take that extra risk if they really need to. They want to impress the general manager. It's early days, of course. Spinning kick in the gut. Counted there by Lacey. Look out. Roll up here. Roll up on Ember. Looks like she's in the ropes. Referee says otherwise. And Lacey steals one. Ember Moon, there was an argument that she was tangled up in the ropes there, but it seems not to be the case. Lacey Evans takes the win here this evening. And look who has an eye on it. Ronda Rousey watching closely. The Raw Women's Champion with an eye on all of her contenders, it would seem, to her title, but not the one from behind. Not an eye on that contender. From behind, Rhea Ripley on Rousey. Riptide on the locker room floor. Rhea Ripley wants that belt. I said it last night, the trifecta weren't done, that Rhea Ripley wasn't done with that title. And there was the proof to go along with the pudding. Rhea Ripley laying out Rousey backstage. She wants her shot. It doesn't matter to her that Tessa Blanchard has the briefcase. She just wants a crack at Rousey, one-on-one with the title on the line. Speaking of having a crack at a champion, though, Zack Ryder with a big opportunity in front of him as he will take on the new United States champion, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hiroshi Tanahashi's streak wasn't the only one ended last night at Great Balls of Fire. So too was the Velveteen Dream's undefeated streak on Monday Night Raw, losing for the first time since January in an absolutely fantastic way to get that pay-per-view underway, to strap us in for what was an incredible evening. Started with a new champ, ended with a new champ. And the new champion of the United States comes towards the ring. Pete Dunne making his way out here. What a fight it was between the two men. Pete Dunne of Velveteen Dream tore the house down early on as they sought out that United States title. There can be no arguing that they gave each other one hell of a fight. And I have to commend both of them for an incredible performance as well. It was risky putting that match on it that early, but Sting took the risk and it paid off because it was incredible to witness between the two of them. I would imagine it wouldn't shock me if Velveteen Dream decided he wanted a rematch, but give credit to Dunne as well. I talked about people earlier on getting involved in wars and how they feel the effect now. They might not want to be here. Pete Dunne doesn't see it that way. 24 hours later, a fighting champion, right back in ring, right back and ready to go in action. You have to appreciate that about Pete Dunne. Right away, he wants to fight. I love it. And let him have that opportunity against Zack Ryder, who of course brings us on to the point of our beloved Captain Charisma. Tag team partner at one point of Zack Ryder. Fought his last match last night. I mean, credit where it's due to Christian. He stayed until the end of the show, even after defeat. And the reception to him as he made his way out was incredible. Friends, foes, rivals, all appreciating Christian, cheering, applauding him as he left the arena for the very last time. It's great to see. So too was his farewell match as well. I'm sure Andrade feels awfully smug about it, and in a way he should. He should. He beat Christian, and there's no arguing about it. What is going to be next for Ryder, though? Now that Christian's gone, where does Zack Ryder go from here? Sting said he was evaluating talent here over these next 2 weeks, I believe he said. And so Ryder has that great opportunity to prove himself right now, but we could really get the answer to what might be next for Ryder in this matchup here tonight. Imagine if Pete Dunne's desire to fight only 24 hours after winning that title comes back to bite him in the ass, as Zack Ryder ends up picking up a huge win here, and of course he could be having an opportunity for another United States Championship. This is a good benchmark for a US champ, because Zack Ryder is a 2-time United States champion. Dunne. Oh, sit out tombstone! Cover is made on Ryder to put him away. And Ryder kicks at it too. Fair play to him. Side headlock now. Pete Dunne with it stitched in on Ryder. Can he put him away here? Transitions it into a side headlock now. Nicely done there by Ryder, getting himself out of that hold. Opening up with a few strikes now. Irish whip. Off the ropes we go. Looking to take the leg there of the United States champion. Not happening. Elbows down on that arm there. Good work from Dunne. Back suplex. No! Ryder putting a stop on it right there. Great counter as well. Bulldogged his way down. Credit where it's due, Ryder's putting up a far better fight, and I thought he's really taking it to the champion right now. Zack Ryder gonna go all the way to the top rope, looking to take a big risk on a downed United States champion. Elbow drop from Ryder. Cover. Could he pick up a huge upset win? Oh, Dunne kicks at it too. 2.5 though, has to be said. Ryder really impressing right now. Good hopes for Ryder. Can he keep it going? Here is the question. Counter made there by Pete Dunne. You can put the bruiserweight down, but it's a damn sight harder to keep him out. And that certainly hasn't happened here. Ryder now. Oh, we saw this last night. We're blashing them into the ropes. Snapping the neck, but there, just the force put into it is devastating enough. And that is as well. German suplex, but Ryder was all tangled up in the ropes there. Arms and legs. See what else will happen now. Forearm attempt there. Ryder gets in the counter. Could look for the bitter end. You'll never know. Good flying forearm from Ryder. He sees a chance. No way. It's there. It's in front of him. Rough Ryder. No. Dunne found the counter to it. And Dunne looking to seal this one. Suplex powerbomb from the champ. He'll take it up to the top rope. Saw this last night as well. No, this time it's a double foot stop into Ryder's ribs. And the finishing blow is on its way. Bitter end from the champion. Good fight from Ryder. But the Bruiserweight is victorious again. There he stands, your United States champion. Pete Dunne, victorious in his first match. Ask the question, what is next for Ryder with a performance like that? Maybe good things, but Pete Dunne, in his first bout since winning that title, has a victory to his name. Camp Andrade certainly exuberant in victory. Vega wants a shot for Andrade at a title. And one man listening in may have the same idea. Shinsuke Nakamura with a close year to that one. Oh, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's our main event of the evening. This could have been on Great Balls of Fire, and it would have potentially been match of the night, but it's here tonight for us on Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, up next. We heard them in the locker room last night discussing how they want to fight to earn their chances, how they're going to come back and earn their right to be here. Well, this is what we get right now for our main event. The Undertaker's return will close out the show, but in terms of the wrestling, Daniel Bryan and Kenny Omega preparing to put on a clinic. You know for a fact this is going to be a great contest. You just know it. When you put these two men into the ring with one another, you know we're going to get a great match. Daniel Bryan said that he knows he has to fight his way back at the card if he wants to be on a pay-per-view once again. And that was great understanding from Bryan because, yeah, he's right. You do need to find that edge within you. You do need to keep on racking up the wins if you want to get on a pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan may well be ever loyal to Monday Night Raw. Never left this brand from the very first day of this universe. But loyalty can only get you so far. And after the loss, of course, at the Bash to the Velveteen Dream, sorry, at Money in the Bank to Velveteen Dream, he needs to go that one step further. He needs to prove that he deserves to be on the title. He deserves to be on the big stages. And so too does his opponent. It can be argued, though, that this guy being looked over for Great Balls of Fire could be harsh. Effectively a runner-up at Money in the Bank and effectively a runner-up in the Battle Royal. Well, not effectively, he was the runner-up in the Battle Royal that Pete Dunne went on to win. Kenny Omega coming towards the ring right now. They may not have had their chance to shine at Great Balls of Fire, but they'll get their chance to shine here tonight. Omega coming towards the ring with one thing on his mind, to getting back in the victory columns, to sealing a huge win tonight over a two-time world champion, over a legend of Monday Night Raw, and try and get himself in the talking point for a title. I think whatever happens here, whoever wins, I think Sting is going to pay very close attention to, and I definitely think that Sting will have big intentions for them. He plans on getting something out there, no doubt about it. We'll see how that'll go in just a moment. We prepare ourselves for what promises to be a spectacular main event. Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega. Here we go. Oh, now about tie-up from both men to get us going. You hear an audible section of the crowd cheering on for Daniel Bryan. Omega goes over there, though, into a nice chin lock here. Bryan able to get his way out of that one, though, wrenching on the arm right now of the two-time King of the Ring winner. Now a hammer lock from Omega. Transition down, Fujiwara armbar position here from Daniel Bryan. Could wrench that arm back if he wanted to. Can Omega get himself out of it? Nice little snap back there. Knee coming down there on what looked like the bicep of Omega. He rolls his way out of that one there. Good little chain wrestling to get us underway. And face it hard uppercut from Bryan. Expect that as well in this contest. A lot of hard hits to come our way. Oh, and there's one right from the get-go. Big knee from Omega. Omega made it plain to me what the difference is between a V-trigger and a knee like that one. But hang on, Bryan dazed. Omega with a moonsault to the outside. Not wasting any time in going big. Huge move from Omega there. Strikes. Oh, that is what he'd call a V-trigger. Just throwing his knee in is just a knee to Omega, but the moment he starts putting some kind of ripcord effect on it, it becomes a V-trigger. Daniel Bryan isn't really interested in what is a V-trigger and what isn't. He's just interested in putting together a great match right now. Clotheslines Omega to the outside. Now Bryan the one on the apron. Now he's the one looking to pounce on a big opportunity. We've seen this these last few weeks. The knee into the chest of Omega there. Bryan, turnabout is fair play as he sends Omega back into the ring now. And Bryan, German suplex, seeks it and gets it on Omega. Despite all the talking points, despite all of the fallout from Great Balls of Fire, what we get to watch right now is just an incredible contest, and this is what is going to take up all of my focus in this moment. Omega looking for a suplex, and he'll get it as well. Maybe not as effective or as damaging as Daniel Bryan's German suplex, but certainly still a good one. Big forearm there in the chest, it looks like. Running knee in the corner there. Instead of a shotgun dropkick, it was a shotgun knee, and oh! Running knee in the corner as well. Kenny Omega using his knee strikes to great advantage. Covers made. Kick out of two by Bryan. You can already see the cogs turning in these guys' heads. You can already see how they're pitching together their next few sets of moves, their next sequence to try and put their opponent at a disadvantage. Great tiger suplex there for Bryan. Confused Omega, you could see he didn't know what Bryan was going for. And that was his issue in that moment. Look at this now, Bryan just striking away. With absolutely no remorse on Omega here. Both these guys want this win, and they're going to put everything on the line in order to achieve it. Bryan, with a full head of steam, comes in with a second drop kick. Cover made on Omega now, looking to put him away. Can he do just that here? Wow, only a 1 count, following up those double drop kicks, and they were 2-footed in the face as well. Bryan has the arm here, stretching on the shoulder as well. At an awkward angle to apply more pressure on the bicep. Counter made by Omega though, gets himself out of that hold. But Bryan with a bigger head of steam. Able to come in quick with that elbow, but Omega quick to put the brakes on it and counter him there. Look out, look out. What does Omega have in mind? Double underhook. Oh, it's denied. Into a short arm clothesline for Bryan. Bryan will take himself up to the top rope now. What could we see here? Are we about to have a flying goat? We most certainly will. Cover made by Bryan after it. Will it be enough for victory? Absolutely not, my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Cattle mutilation for Bryan. Looking to put him away. Looking to force the tap out. But Omega, fair play to it. Able to slip his way out of that one into a tornado DDT. Oh, you hear that smack there. That was absolutely ruthless from Omega. And again, this time, he'll come in with the shotgun drop kick. And this time, Omega goes up high, looking to take a huge risk. What could we see? Moonsault? No! Bryan gets the knees up. Single underhook suplex from Bryan. Now these two guys putting together a great contest thus far. Oh, and Bryan now getting ruthless. Now realizing how much it means to him to win as he puts those boots into the chest of Omega. And Omega not afraid to use every ounce and every inch of his body and able to get some offense in. What are we going to see now? Once again, he'll go for that double underhook. Double underhook. Pile driver! Oh my goodness! Bryan's head driven right into the mat. Has Omega won it? It's a kick out of two. Daniel Bryan only just getting the shoulder up in time, but about the damage done to his neck. Well, it could be about to be exuberated tenfold because Omega, seeking the end, looked for the one-winged angel. Bryan came up with the counter. Regal plex, snap regal plex, leg is hooked, shoulders are down, and Omega's still kicking out at one. Daniel Bryan, though, from being dumped on his head to looking for the tap out. Bryan's in, yes lock! Yes lock for Bryan! Omega trying to crawl and make the ropes. And he can as well. Daniel Bryan just couldn't keep himself in position. He couldn't stop Omega from crawling. What a contest this is quickly turning into, picked up in the blink of an eye. Series of big moves in a row, and we're about to get another one. Daniel Bryan sends Omega out of the ring. You better believe what is coming up next. Suicide dive! Bryan risking it all for victory. Both men hitting the man on the outside. It absolutely is. It absolutely is awesome. Bryan sends her back into the ring. He'll claw himself up to the top rope. Elbow drop on Omega. Could this be the beginning of the end? The yes movement riling on Daniel Bryan. Kenny Omega in deep trouble. Trying to fight on, but Bryan running rings around him. There's an elbow. Bryan fired up. Found his second wind. Omega in deep, deep trouble right now. And it's about to get even worse. A series of kicks into the chest. Over and over again. And just when you think it's over, you get one across the skull. Daniel Bryan looking for his victory. Looking for the running knee. Omega moves out of the way at the last moment. Swats him to one side. Still life in the king of wrestling. Omega throws Bryan to the outside. Here we go. Rise of the Terminator. Cleared the ropes with ease and with perfection. Down on Bryan. And that could be the beginning of the end for Daniel Bryan instead. Just a moment ago it looked like Omega was out of it. Now Bryan looks in trouble. Great main event. Could be argued, though it's still completely up in the air, who will leave with the win. What a knee from Omega. Huge leap to get it. But he has to finish off Bryan right now. He has to make sure that Bryan doesn't find another window of opportunity to get in this one. Just like that. Bryan finds a way back in. Oh, what a high kick there for him as well. Turning around the body of Kenny Omega. This can't be a good thing. What is Bryan going to do here? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is agonizing. Body held way up in the air. Oh, my God. The human body is not meant to bend that way. Dragon sleeper at that angle with that torque. How is Omega able to get out of that? I will not know. There's a knee right in the face. Kenny Omega finds an opening. Bryan caught off guard by it. Omega now finding his second win. Super kick from Omega. Surprising he didn't tap out. But Bryan in deep trouble again. Kreutzwrath. And that means there is but one move to go to seal a huge win for Kenny Omega. He said he wanted his shot. He said he wanted to fight for it. One-winged angel. Omega covers. Omega wins. A great bout between two great athletes. Kenny Omega, your winner. A sweet taste of victory back on the lips of the two-time King of the Ring winner. Fantastic performance from both men. Fantastic main event. Kenny Omega seals a hard-fought win. And credit where it's due to him, but hang on. Hang on, Sting on the Titantron, the general manager here again. Talk about a huge piece of news from the general manager. You heard it from his mouth right there. Next week, Kenny Omega will challenge Pete Dunne for the United States title. Sign me up. That is going to be incredible. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since WrestleMania, we've seen the signs. Now we see the dead man. The Undertaker is back on Monday Night Raw. Up next. This arena is ready. The gong sounds. And that can only mean the arrival of one legend, one dead man, and one phenom. The flames rise, and so do the... What in the world? Is that the Velveteen Dream? It is! What the hell am I looking at? That is the Velveteen Dream, dressed like the Undertaker, walking to the ring like the Undertaker. The purple smoke should have given it away. I don't know what the hell has happened to the Undertaker, but he's not here right now. But the Velveteen Dream most certainly is. And he's going to the ring, mocking the very mannerisms of the Undertaker. I do not know what to make of this. I have no idea. But the Dream, clearly, either we were fooled from the start and this was all a part of his grand plan, or the Velveteen Dream has taken out the Undertaker in some way, shape or form. There can be no denying though, that is 100% not the Undertaker. What the hell is the meaning of this? The Velveteen Dream sure has some explaining to do. Oh wow, there is certainly some aggression from the Velveteen Dream. Well, last night has to do regarding that. Dream believes that this is his spot, not the Undertaker's. Played us all for fools. He says it's about the Dream. The Dream only just begun. And the dead man is over. It's the Undertaker! Tombstone pile driver! You cannot kill the dead man! The Undertaker rises once more!